Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, and just a couple of quick announcements as we get into today's episode. First of all, as always, if you didn't see the rest of this series, there's a link in the description that'll take you back to the first episode. Second, this will be the last episode in this series for about a week and a half. Family's going on vacation next week, so there will not be any new content on this gaming channel next week. So take a break, enjoy some other content from some other creators, and then come back ready to go after that vacation. Also, if you are a new patron and you've signed up at one of the levels that allows you to request a unit in this game, please make sure that you reply to the posts on Patreon. There's one for Major General level, and then there's one for everyone at the Captain level on up. And you'll see everyone's requests on that post. Please post it there because that's where I keep everything on one list. So if you send it to me as an email or as a message, there's a good chance I'm not going to remember to put it into the game. The post with all of those requests is what I check before every episode to see if there are any new requests I have not yet fulfilled. So please put it there, and I'll post something on Patreon to remind you guys of that as well. It is October of 1862, and we just completed Funding Policy 2, which is going to help out a little bit with our credit rating, which is getting dangerously close to the place where we will not be able to recruit new units. We're going to go ahead and go to the Revenue Act next, which everything we're doing right now is, well, actually, I think we might go war bonds. This will help our credit rating, but public wealth will drop in return. But right now, finances are my major concern. I've got plenty of recruits available to me, so those are not concerns for me at the moment, though the Confederates continue to have more people in the field than I do. So at some point, we're going to have to pass that up. You can see here the battles won, 17 for me, 11 for him. Total casualties almost double for the Confederates for me. Compared to what I have. Weapons industry is heavily in our favor. Trade warfare is going in his favor right now, and that's something we need to fix. So let's go ahead to the finances. I'm going to turn off auto manage. I am going to invest a little bit in transportation because that'll help me moving my armies. We've got a lot invested in trade war right now. I don't think we need anything invested in civil order. Everything else I think is pretty good at the moment. Check on the fleet. I want to see where we're at on that Mississippi squadron being done. 98%. We're almost there with those two Ironclad River gunboats. That's going to be huge for me. I'm going to be able to send that Mississippi squadron down the river to clear the path as we send armies in that direction to try and take Vicksburg. That's going to be our next big move in the west now that we've secured Nashville. Speaking of Nashville, I'm going to go ahead and start moving these other forces in that direction. We'll kind of make that our stronghold. The Army of the Kanawha under McClellan has moved into the Knoxville area, and it seems like we still are okay. There's no major food or supply issues there, which is huge. It has taken forever to build this railroad, though. I don't know why it's only at the point where it is. We started building that months ago. Okay, 67,000 men against 25,000, although only 23 to start. Because we have reinforcements that will be on the way, but they won't be coming for quite a while. So where is this taking place? This is happening south of Petersburg. All right, we're back at our friendly neighborhood, New Cold Harbor / Mechanicsville / Gaines Mill map. And it looks like the Confederates are going to be right in here near the swampy area around the Chickahominy River. So we're going to put Schenck's 3rd Corps right up here, and we should very quickly come in contact with them. We're going to try to get up to this area here, though he may beat us to the punch on that. I'm gonna move up as close to that as I can with the idea of trying to move into that high ground if possible. Maybe we'll put this cavalry up there first. Alright, well, we made it. We were able to get into the position that I wanted to hold. I sent Turchin's cavalry up there just to get an advanced view of what's happening. They are coming down this road. So let's go ahead and pull back now. I don't know why Chamberlain is facing that way. There we go. So we're going to move in right in this position here. I've got the 1st Armagh Irish back. There's a reserve on this side. I'm trying to move the artillery into position. I got to try and find a spot that I can put them where they'll have line of sight. It might have to be over here. on this side. Oh, what's happening here? Everybody's adjusting for... No, 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 no. Why in the world would that happen? Oh, I gave orders for single line, and they're finally obeying those orders. That's why. Alright, so you can see he's lining up in the swamp. He's trying to get himself into a battle line. I don't know if he's going to advance across the river or not, and whether he even has the ability to cross there, or if he's going to have to use this bridge. But we're sitting behind a fence on the left. We're sitting just below the crest over here on the right. In fact, I want to move the 20th Maine down a little bit so that they're not on top of the crest. I've got some artillery sitting over here firing down. Some additional artillery here. And then we're just going to sit tight. We've got reinforcements on the way, so no point in doing anything stupid. Okay, end of the day, which means we should be getting reinforcements. We'll get resupplied, especially for our artillery, who's really been the only ones firing so far. It looks like the Confederates are still not moving, but John Wool has arrived with his corps over here. Actually, that's the first corps. Runyon, my bad. Can't get them too far up, though. So we'll start moving them into position. I'm not sure where. It's going to be a long way to get them all the way over here, but that's probably where we want them to be. I may just put them in as a reserve up in that area. All right, he's starting to move into position. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but we're going to start building some breastworks. Since we're up here holding anyway, and we're waiting on the first corps to start arriving. They're going to fill in on my right, and then I'll throw maybe a division or two forward. He's trying to move artillery up on this side. So I'm going to go into a counter battery fire situation here. See if we can neutralize that battery. I'm going to do the same with these 10-pounder Parrots. Okay, here he comes. He's starting to slowly advance on my right. We got the breastworks done over here. So Burnside's brigade and the 20th Maine are ready to go. I'm trying to move these batteries around a little bit. We're taking some losses. I'm going to go ahead and switch them back to fire at will, because I want them to be able to take on the infantry if needed. I'm moving Palmer's cavalry out here to the extreme wing, and then we'll dismount them. And Tyler's division is going to move in right here on my right. Hopefully we can neutralize these guns. Whoa, what just happened? An enemy battalion just surrendered. Who? Must have been a battery. That's crazy. All right, Alfred Terry's going to get there first. I'm actually, you know what? Here's a better idea. Why can't I mount them up? Oh, we already wiped out that battery. I was going to send the cavalry, but there's a swamp there, so that might not work so well. Oh, he's coming at me big time on this side. Let's send Smith's brigade over here as a reserve, just in case. Alright, Terry's division's getting into position, or Tyler's division's getting into position now. We're going to move them forward. We've got artillery on the way. A whole bunch of it. I'm actually going to put that artillery over here, since most of my artillery is on this side right now. I might have to pull them back. I don't want to start losing guns. Chamberlain's only lost 8 men so far, Burnside 24. Don't think this one's going to last very long. He was in a bad position from the start. Another unit surrendered. That was a detachment of skirmishers, I think. Yeah, looking 77 to 1,400. Of course, that's because of the surrendering that's happened. But holy cow, even with, that's crazy. Yeah, I think we got him. The 1st Prussian American Cavalry Brigade. Let's give them a glorious charge here, shall we? We'll move them up first, and then we'll worry about charging. Why can't I get these guys to mount up? Yeah, this one's they're gonna start withdrawing here in a minute. You can see how slow they move in the swamp. Yeah, he's done. That was just an impossible situation for him. Alright. Prussian American Cavalry Brigade. Let's see if we can get them to charge. Do something to Wharton here. Yeah, I think the reason we're starting to see so much surrendering is that the Confederate morale's dropped a lot. Especially in the east, where we've won pretty much every battle against them. His morale's just brutally low, and so now it doesn't take much to get units to surrender. Yep, we got Walton's brigade to surrender. This is kind of how it happened at the end in the east, historically, where you just started having units during the Appomattox campaign just surrendering right and left, and thousands of Confederate troops ending up surrendering at places like Five Forks, Sailor's Creek. Well, that would be the most one-sided victory I've ever had. 77 casualties and 9,000 on the Confederate side, mostly as a result of surrendering. So that was a disaster for the Confederates. I think they're really in trouble in the east. The real strength for them right now is the west. So their morale drops again by another percent. Their morale just may drop before they have a chance to really turn this thing around. Alright, I think I'm going to send John Wool's 5th Corps over here to help reinforce the 1st Corps, who's in the Shenandoah Valley. They're facing 2 armies over there. So let's move them at least as far as Charlottesville. And then we'll kind of go from there. Oh boy, what's this? Yeah, you know what? That's not even one I'm going to worry about fighting right now. With the reinforcements we've got. Yep, glorious victory at Petersburg. We'll drive them off. We'll send reinforcements over this way. Let's see what's happening in the west now. It's October 18th. Is the Mississippi Squadron finally ready to go? Well, they're at 100%, but they aren't showing up as being there yet. So maybe they're just about ready to enter into service. As soon as we see that number of guns go up, we'll know that they're ready to go. Well, once again, we're running into a problem. Now I remember why I kept my army with a corps up here, because he's moving to cut off my supply down here in Nashville. Although I think we're okay at the moment. We're going to have to send Gibbon back up this way to make sure that doesn't happen. So we'll have to spread out a little bit with Grant's Army of Tennessee, Army of the Tennessee, while we move the Army of the Ohio south. Let's start moving toward Crutchfield's army here. There we go. The Mississippi Squadron now has 48 guns. That means they've finally gotten their ironclads. Let's move them south. We're going to hit this New Orleans squadron. We're working on another fleet up here in Cincinnati. It's going to take a while on that one, but then that one will be able to move down here and help out on the Tennessee and Cumberland rivers. Man, took about a year to get those ships ready, but we finally got it. Bring it on, boys. This should be a nice victory for us. The number of ships pretty even, but the number of guns not even close. Oh, he's got 26, but I've got ironclads. All right, glorious victory on the Tennessee River. We sank 3 of his ships. That's fantastic. We just lit up that squadron, and now we can cut off Crutchfield's army. Okay. Where's this happening? So this is the 2nd Corps over here in the Shenandoah Valley going up against Ramser's Corps. We didn't quite get the 5th Corps there in time to be able to be in position to reinforce, but let's go ahead and fight this one out. It's going to be pretty even. Okay, this could not be a more even matchup for us. The numbers are pretty even on both sides. All of the objectives are clear and ready to be taken. So it's going to be a race for objectives, and then we're going to find out where we meet. I'm going to send 1 division over here to grab these objectives in the north, and then we're going to come down this road with that unit while the majority of my army stays over here and moves across into New Market itself. We'll see how that works out. All right, 6:30 at night. Here's the situation at the moment. We have taken most of these objectives. We're moving in to take these last couple, and he's just now moved on to Shirley Hill, which we have orders to go take, so we're going to have to be careful here. We're going to have to reissue orders for this division and hold them back. Okay, so we've reached the end of the day, which is actually ideal because with the orders that I was issuing, I had a lot of things that I was a little concerned about there. So we're going to redeploy, and now we can kind of get everybody exactly where we want them, which is nice because it didn't exactly have it the way I wanted it. So now we can get everybody into kind of a battle line here. Even bring up this cavalry over there. I'm not going to worry about these last few objectives at the moment. He's got a really strong defensive position. New Market's kind of right there in between us. We'll get our artillery somewhere that they can make a difference, like right here. And now we prepare for the battle. So I'm actually making a couple of changes now. I'm going to put this division way out here on the flank. Maybe we can come in and try to hit his right flank, and then we'll stretch everything out here. All right, so from right to left, let's take a look at our defensive position now. 3rd West Virginia Cavalry. Actually, since we're in a place now where we can afford to defend, I'm going to pull my right wing back behind this natural defensive position here. So 3rd West Virginia Cav there, the 1st Massachusetts Brigade. I don't know why all of my men are shown as fragmented right now. They seem like they're all okay, but here's 1st West Virginia Brigade. And then we've got the Oxymoron Light Artillery. We're going to throw them right there. And we've got Canby's 3rd U.S. Infantry, 2nd U.S. Infantry, 1st U.S. Infantry, and then the U.S. Regulars. And then the Gettysburg Division making its debut in the campaign. This is our latest Major General level patron, and he requested this unit. I don't think the whole division has been recruited yet, because I think there's 5 units total when it's all there. And right now we just have the 3, so that we don't have their cavalry or their artillery yet. But the Gettysburg Bayonets, the Gettysburg Guards, and the Gettysburg Marines. So we're going to give them orders to move up on the flank here. It looks like he's shifting to counter something that I'm doing. I don't know if we can anchor up on this road. Maybe not. So he sent some skirmishers forward, and they're skirmishing with the 3rd U.S. Cavalry right now, who apparently is not quite in range to be able to fire back with their Smith carbines. So we're going to have to move them up a little bit. We'll send out some skirmishers from the U.S. regulars so they can engage these guys. Gettysburg Division's getting into a single battle line, so we're going to have to adjust their line a little bit. Alright, let's move Abercrombie forward. No, not like that. Darn it. I have to give him a single line order too. I'd like to move up and hit these guys as they're shifting into position. So these skirmishers are doing exactly what I hoped they would do, which would be to turn and fire into the flank of Cannon's detachment. They'll very quickly fall back here in a minute. Alright, Hazen, call your skirmishers back. Alright, I do have Cav over here, so let's do this. Let's mount up the cavalry. Oh, they were already mounted. Mount, dismount, mount, dismount. Hit that artillery right there. Hit them. I don't know why he moved his artillery out so far. Alright, send skirmishers out again. Alright, we just wiped out that battery. Now let's move up. Move the artillery up. I'd like to really smash his left if I can. Make this job a lot easier. Because remember, we've got about even odds in terms of the number of men in the field. Got 12-pounder Napoleons right here. This would be perfect. We can get into canister fire range here. Alright, you guys need to stop right there, please. We're going to take some heavy casualties with this battery, as close as we've gotten. Already lost 37, 40. Alright, pull them back. Let's get them out of there. They're too close. Oh, we broke him. Maybe we can hold after all. Who's getting low on ammo? It's gotta be... Yeah, it's our skirmishers. Just bring these two around. Oh, here he comes. Gettysburg Division, be ready. Oh man, he is going to hit me with everything he's got over here. So far, so good. Let's move these guys up a bit. They've got short range with those carbines. Now, if we can shatter his left, we can bring these guys around. I'm gonna kind of sit tight in the middle for now. Just need the Gettysburg Division to hold. Mainly concerned about the far left brigade, but I think they'll be okay. Alright, where are we at on... Oh yeah, look at those casualties. Looking good. Boy, the town of New Market's taking a beating from all the artillery, though. He's coming in super close over there. We drove off that battery. Alright, we're shattering his left. I think that's going to be enough to win the battle. We're going to move everything we've got on that last brigade that's still holding on the left. Ooh, gonna have some hand-to-hand combat here. Oh, he's trying to get around on my flank. And it's working to a point. He's charging in over here. Let's mount up the cavalry. See if we can run into him over there. Oh, he broke one of our brigades. Which one was that? Looks like the charge worked on the Gettysburg bayonets. But we still won a victory because we broke his left. And we held enough of the objective points, 18-1 on objectives. You can see his morale now. We've got him. Alright, beautiful. Driving the Confederates out of the Shenandoah Valley. That'll deal a crippling blow to their economy, being able to feed their army. Anderson's brigade just surrendered. We're seeing a lot of that in Virginia. Not happening in the west, though. Alright, so that was Ramser's Corps. We actually have not actually engaged the army of Georgia, so it's possible we may hit them yet. But for now, we're going to continue to hold there. We've got the 5th Corps making its way over to Charlottesville. Hopefully, they'll get in range. Alright, we're going to have one more battle here. This is going to be a big one, and he's going to have an advantage in numbers. By the time Owen's army arrives, he'll have, wow, a distinct advantage. He'll have me about 2-1 until the 7th Corps arrives. This is going to be a tough one. So we're on the Stones River battlefield, and I've got 2 divisions, which I'm holding right here in the area around Wayne's Hill. I'm just going to sit tight, try to get through the day, and get our reinforcements to arrive. Here's the situation right now. Estimated outnumbered 2-1. By the time all is said and done, it won't be that bad, but it's going to take 30 more hours. So we've actually got all the way until, let's see, it's 3 o'clock right now. So 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So we've got to sit through the rest of this day and all the next day and hang on until our reinforcements arrive. And that will be easier said than done, because here they come. They're coming right down the road. I don't think there's anywhere else they could be crossing. So we're covering the 2 crossing points. I mean, there's one up here. I'm going to send this cavalry, 1,700 men, to cover that bridge there. But we're hoping he's going to hit us here. Hungarian Impalers are going to be covering the crossing site along with the 92nd Ohio Gordons. Let's move them up a little bit. And then we've got the 87th Indiana moving in on the right here. We got to hang on for dear life for a day and a half. Okay, he's moving toward that crossing. Let's make sure we are dismounted. We're going to have to shift some men up that way. First of all, let's get Grant more central to what's happening. And we're going to send the Louisville Legion up there, along with the Buckeye Brawlers. I'm going to keep 2 brigades down, or 2, yeah, I guess they are brigades. 2 brigades down here, just in case he decides to send men down that way. We'll wait and see what he does here. He may wait until he gets all his men in the line before he starts trying to attack. I'm going to send this artillery up here. Alright, he just had more troops arrive. How in the world did the Buckeye Brawlers get on that side of the river? And now they're stuck there. They should have been crossing along this road here. I think there might have been a little glitch. We've now got a unit stuck on the wrong side of the river. Alright, we still may be able to get them across because there's just skirmishers there at the moment. I hope the artillery doesn't do the same thing. There they go. Go, come on guys, go. Oh, they're taking massive casualties in the meantime. Get over there. Now they're moving. You're going to have taken 300 casualties by the time they get there, though. These guys haven't fired a shot. I'm going to pull them down over here. Bring the Louisville Legion up. They've got the range to fire back. Ugh. So much scarlet and gray all over the place. Oh, he snuck cavalry around the crossing over there. Look at him go. You wily fox, you. I just don't have enough men to cover all these crossings. Still trying to get the Buckeye Brawlers across. I don't know what Louisville Legion's doing. They're just kind of turning and turning and turning. They're like a top just spinning. Oh, he's got artillery over here too. Jeez, this is bad. A lot of artillery. Mount up and hit them. Assuming he doesn't have infantry behind them. No, mount up and hit them. There you go. Nicely done, boys. Now we can pull him back. Captured that battalion. Awesome. I think his whole force is up here. And now another army has arrived for him. Where does that put him in numbers? I've still got 27 hours till mine arrive. 51,000 to 19,000. That's an estimate. We don't know if that's how many he has for sure. But I've taken more casualties than him so far. Oh, and now he's attacking. Louisville Legion's going to get overwhelmed here. Let's bring the Indiana boys over. This is bad. No way we're going to hang on for another day at this rate. We're inflicting some pretty massive casualties. That's the good news. The bad news is just can't protect our flank at the moment. There we go. We'll turn the Louisville Legion that way. Alright, we're starting to shift the casualty battle. That's good. Broke these guys. Come on, Indiana, get over there. Now he's going to start sending more units. He's going to try to get around me over here, which makes sense. We have Butler's brigade trapped on this side of the river. If we can break him, that would be good. And that would stabilize things, I think. I'm trying to get McDougal to shift over a little further. End of the day. Oh, thank goodness. That helps. Oh, it's making me shift my line back. No, because now that grants him the crossing. That is not what we wanted to have happen there. Whose division is this? That's McCook's division, because we shifted them over. Where's the cavalry? Did they break and retreat? Oh, they're right here. Alright, we're gonna have to put them over there now. Okay. We just gotta hang on for this whole day now. Put some skirmishers out. Numbers looking good. 2-to-1 casualties, but that's still a higher percentage for me than it is for him. Just got to watch the casualties on these 2 units over here, because they're going to get overwhelmed. This unit, this battery's too close to be able to fire. Here comes this cav. Louisville Legion's about to get their perk. There it is. Not a moment too soon for Iron Discipline. We're definitely going to get overwhelmed on our flank. Okay, broke the cav. But we're about to get to the place where we've suffered too many casualties to hold. Let's pull the Hungarian Impalers over there. No. Come back this way. Like that. Oh, he's charging into him now. Iron Discipline, boys. Hold. Come on, guys. Ah, no. The Buckeye Brawlers broke first. They lost almost half their men. Wow. No way Louisville Legion holds now. This may get to a situation where we have to order a withdrawal before we can get our reinforcements, because the reinforcements aren't going to arrive for almost 12 hours yet. And we've already suffered major casualties, heavily outnumbered. I'm going to try to hold, though. Alright, waiting. Fall back. Ah, he broke. Darn it. Once they start moving here, then I'll give them orders. I want to get them back here and then bring them up. I don't want them to cross, exposing their flank to the enemy. Okay. Okay. Good. 20% casualties right now, though. Okay, now he's crossing over here to the 92nd Ohio Gordons, and the 4th Brigade have to hold there. I'm going to shift the 87th Indiana over here. We just lost another brigade, though. Chattanooga Volunteers broke after taking almost 50% casualties. We just don't have much to hold with. No. Come this way first. Then we'll bring you up here. No. Hopefully these Napoleons can get some canister fire into these guys. We've inflicted 7,000 casualties on the enemy, which long term is good. Short term doesn't help me a whole lot. Come on, boys. Look at the 4th Brigade. They're taking so many casualties. Bring the 97th Indiana up. Let's drop these guys back. 87th Indiana, come on. Into the gap. Where's the cavalry? No! Why did they cross in front like that? Look at all the dead everywhere. What a bloody battle this has been. And somehow we're hanging on. We lose another brigade, though. It's done. And we've still got about 8.5, 9 hours to go before the reinforcements arrive, and by then it may not matter. This is a desperate fight, that's for sure. 27% casualties for me now. Look at all this artillery over here. That's a problem. You know what? Let's mount up the cavalry. Let's bring them back here. Then we're going to swing around. And I'm going to try to take out these guns. No, they broke. Ah. Alright, we got to get out of here. I held as long as I could. We're just losing too many men, and I can't have half of Grant's army being decimated before I can bring the other half into the fight. Alright, so we lost 6,000 men, Gouverneur Warren did. We didn't have 48,000. We had half of that, not even half of that. 9,000 is what we inflicted, so that's good. But let's go ahead and take a look at where things are now at the end of October 1862. Okay, so with the defeat at Nashville Ferry, we're probably going to lose Nashville again. So we're going to have to pull back across the border into Tennessee or into Kentucky one more time. But now we can start moving with the Army of the Ohio down this way. The Army of the West has got a pretty wide open ability to march down into Arkansas now. The only issue there is going to be supply and communication. We've got McClellan here with the Army of the Kanawha. And we're going to kind of sit tight for a little while there, but eventually we're going to move them toward Chattanooga. There is a 34,000 man army here that we have to worry about. But right now we've just got to deal with all of this. I may have to go ahead and think about sending some men from the Army of the Potomac and send them out to the west, just because we've got a pretty firm grasp on things here. We may transfer the First Corps to Grant. So that would be Tyler's division, the displaced Royal Division. That's a total of 25,000 men. Let's go ahead and make that happen. So we're going to transfer this First Corps to Grant. It's going to take a while for them to get there. And you can see here that a lot of Warren's corps has actually disintegrated and they're going to reform. So we're going to be short-handed for a while. But let's go ahead and start shifting the First Corps over. We'll send them, I guess, to Bowling Green. And they'll probably take rail to do that. They'll go down through Lynchburg, down through a bunch of areas that we control. But we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. And we will be back in about a week and a half with the next episode. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.